Good morning. Today is Wednesday, August 17th. And I've been moving stuff into my apartment the last few days now, back in Knoxville again, which means that Dollywood's my home park again. I didn't visit all this summer. I just had so many regional parks I wanted to get to around the Nashville area that I knew I'd be back here in the fall, which I am now. And so I still probably have some stuff I need to take care of here, but I really just gotta want to take a day to go back over to Dollywood, back over to my home park, away from home, if you will. Although I'm here more than I'm in Nashville now, so it's kind of just my home park here. And when I go to Nashville, I kind of don't have one. So I want to get up there, see the Big Bear Mountain construction, because a lot has gone on since the last time I was there in May. Get back on lightning rods, some of my favorite rides, and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it should be fun. It's 10:16. The park opened at 10, so it opened 15 minutes ago, and it'll take me like an hour to get over there. What is my hair doing? I mean, I'm not crunched for time. I don't even know if I'm going to stay till closing today because I have some stuff I want to take care of here, and I've already decided I'm going to go to Carowinds tomorrow, so watch out for that video. But yeah, it should be fun. I should be able to make a lot more content for y'all now that I'm in my own space here rather than sharing with other people because I'm not in the dorm this year. I'm just here. If you haven't tried just like the Publix deli brand sweet tea, if you shop at Publix, it's actually really good. I like it. It's very sweet. If you like sweet tea, it's good. See, I'm weird. I like both really sweet tea and not sweet tea. I can do both. They're just different kinds of beverages. Oh my gosh, we got an Applejack's house tour. Oh yeah. What the heck? All right, it's almost 11 o'clock now that I'm actually finally about to head out. It is really nice to just be able to walk downstairs to the garage that's under the building instead of having to walk because it was like 4 or 5 blocks away from my dorm last year that I had to park, so that's nice. Nice to just come right down here and go. Had to park all the way back in D lot. It is like stupidly crowded. They don't have much parking left. People are still coming in, so I mean, it's a Wednesday in August, which weekdays in August typically the best times to go to most parks. Most parks are dead, but Dollywood's always weird on that kind of stuff because it just attracts a different kind of crowd than a lot of other parks. So weekday in August at Dollywood is apparently very busy. It should be interesting. All right, let's go get checked by security where I know they're gonna check my backpack because they do every time. What the heck? We might be in a movie today. Yeah, I like being in movies, even though I've never been in one before. All right, there's a nativity and they already have a bunch of Christmas stuff up. Apparently some of this Christmas stuff they put up now is temporary because they are filming a like Hallmark movie or something here right now. We'll see if we end up in it. Who knows? They fixed the ride weight signs. Last time I was here, these were like pretty much all broken, but it looks like they got brand new screens. Great to see. Okay, so it's like an NBC show. I don't know, it should be interesting. Well, we got Christmas stuff in August. And some water, then I'll get back on lightning rod now for the first time after a few months. And then go check out the rest of the park. Definitely want to record some videos like a construction update and some other things. So we'll see what happens. 45-minute listed wait. Well, luckily we got single rider, so I'm actually glad I'm here alone now because I don't want to wait 45 minutes. We'll see how long I end up waiting. So they are pushing Time Saver hard with all these QR codes all over the place that send you to the website to buy Time Savers. So I mean, if you don't want to wait 40 minutes and you'd rather pay, then you can. Although I will say the pricing on Time Saver is not quite as bad as a lot of other skip the line passes at other parks. It's like $60 for 8 skips and then like $80 for unlimited. It's much better than what Cedar Fair charges for their fast lanes. I'm gonna go eat now. I've only eaten at Lumberjack's Pizza, the new for 2022 restaurant, once. It was all right. I like to give it a second chance when it's, not 30 degrees outside. Hopefully this is a nice sneak peek at what's to come for Smoky Mountain Christmas this year, because a lot of these decorations actually look better than what I've seen at Smoky Mountain Christmas before, so hopefully we're getting a really good Smoky Mountain Christmas this year. All right, I got the Klondike Katie pizza, which is the name for their meat pizza. Klondike Katie is one of the steam engines they have here, so that's a clever name. Yeah, I get Canadian bacon, sausage, and pepperoni on a flatbread. It's comical how big these slices are, since they just sliced down the middle now. I really miss the actual competent slicing at Victoria's, but dang, barely too late.
1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2
Oh well, we can see the train now. But yeah, the lumberjacks was good. Much better than last time, but I waited for a fresh one right off the oven. That's kind of the move, I'd say, is to wait for a fresh one if you ever go to If you ever go to Iron Horse. I keep saying lumberjack, that's on the other side of the block. So this thing still looks awful, but I do have some lights up here now. Those weren't there in the spring. I guess because they're going to start being open later at night, or they probably put them up for the summer when they started being open at night. Oh, there's some new random signage. Definitely makes it look a little bit nicer through here. But I really hope they have some kind of long-term plan for this area that's, not this. Literally every food place right now has like a super long line, except for lumberjacks. I literally just walked in and walked right out. So this turkey leg stand by Valley Theater is new. Was not here in the spring. Interesting. It's a little stand that sells turkey legs. I don't know what else you want me to say. Oh my gosh, look at Hickory House. Yeah, I lucked out going to Iron Horse. There was nobody there. Crossing this valley, even over here, we have teaser signs for Big Bear Mountain. So they're all over the park. Just going to see if anything else is new up this corridor. Not really. That's about it. Whoa. We got a coordinator rainbow thing going on here. What the heck? That's very interesting. Oh my gosh, guys, Dollywood got a Giga. I wonder if it's better than Fury. Unfortunately, I don't have any change with me, which means we can't find out if it's better than Fury today. But that's definitely on my list for next time. Wild Eagle usually chews through people, good old high capacity B&M. So let's go see if we can get some Big Bear Mountain construction views from up there. Obviously, you won't see anything, but I will. And that's what matters to me right now. More teasers around the park. This one by Fire Chaser Express. Speaking of which, they're only running 2 trains, which means the line's like an hour and a half. But it really shouldn't be. So hopefully Big Bear Mountain will actually run all 3 of its trains consistently. I don't know if it's technical issues or what, but Fire Chaser's been doing 2 trains on a lot of busy days this year. Sucks to see. Anyways, was excited to get some construction views on the lift hill. Unfortunately, got to the top of the lift hill, and I was assigned to the left side because they were assigning sides, and so the track and the other half of the train was in my way, and I couldn't see anything. So yeah, I didn't see anything you didn't see. But Wild Eagle's running really good. I don't know what it is about B&M drops, but they just hit you differently. They really do. Probably the best change. They brought the Mexican food back to Till and Harvest. Finally. It took them like forever. Yeah, back to its normal menu. I'm not going in there because it's crowded, but it is back to its normal menu. Love to see it. So here we are through Wildwood Grove, getting to the Big Bear Mountain construction area. You can see they have the Big Bear Mountain logo already painted on the fence, saying things are about to get big. Join the search 2023. Time to see how Thunderhead stocks up now that I've written Mystic Timbers. I guess that was 2 weeks ago. Time is flying, but I know this won't be as good as Mystic, but it'll still be fun. I want to see how it compares. I haven't written this since like May. I don't exactly remember how the smoothness was. It seemed to vary every time I wrote it, so let's go find out. Always a station wait here, pretty much. Almost never see a line here, which is fine for me, because I want to ride. Wait a second. The grill's missing. No more barbecues. Thunderhead slaps. Yeah, it's not as good as Mystic Timbers. However, it's still really good. No longer my favorite GCI, but it doesn't mean I can't still love it. It is a little bumpy, getting a little bumpy at the beginning, which sucks because they just retracted a few years ago. But the part that they retract this year near the end of the ride is still butter smooth. So I hope they keep doing a lot of track work on it and stuff to keep it running well, because when it runs well, it runs good.
1, 2, 3, up, win. Keep it right, Summers.
That was a jacked up ride in the absolute best way possible. I love that. I love that way more than I should. So as you can see, in Timber Canyon here at Dollywood, drop line is back open. It had been closed since March due to the unfortunate accident in Orlando on a ride of the same model. But they were actually talking about on the tram on the way in today that it's just reopened a couple of weeks ago. So they spent 4 or 5 months working Dollywood's maintenance team directly with the manufacturer to make some safety improvements just in case. Not that anything was wrong with this ride. A bit different than the Orlando Freefall ride, and Orlando Freefall, the accident was determined to be caused by negligence on the parks management side, but they had lots of just in case safety measures added. First one you can probably barely see is seatbelts. And the minimum height requirement has been raised to 55 inches. I don't remember what it was before, but quite a bit less because Wild Eagle had the highest height requirement before at 50. And so this is the new highest at 55. We'll take it for a spin now. I think those are the only two changes are the seatbelts and the height requirement. I want to see how those seatbelts are because they look a little janky, but I want to see them firsthand. So you can see that seatbelt system on the test seat here. They just drilled it into the existing restraint. You can see it's just a unmovable clip here. And then down here is a belt that you pull up and attach. It doesn't look like it's adjustable, which will be better for operational efficiency. That's what I was most worried about. All right, just got 2 rides on the reopened and modified drop line. The seatbelts are, again, as I mentioned, not adjustable. They're like the seatbelts on a B&M Looper or something like that, where it's a set position, and you just put them in, which makes the operations for dispatching not as slow and not as painful because people aren't messing with trying to get the right length, so that's not bad. This was a better way to do it than that. The only weird thing is the clip part is on the hanging part and not actually attached to the seat. I know I'm describing that really weird, but that's a little bit confusing, and some people were a little bit confused. You know, a few people forgot. But overall, it's not as bad as I thought in the seatbelt. Another minor change that was made to how the ride operates is it used to be the restraints would unlock the second that the ride hit the ground, but now the restraints don't unlock until the catch car comes all the way back down. From what I understood, talking to an operator just now, that is to allow time for everyone to unbuckle all their seatbelts before the restraints pop up, which I guess I get. It's just an excessive amount of time, and there ends up being a while that you're just sitting there, which does slow down the operations because it slows down how quickly you're able to get off and how quickly the next group can come on. And it's just kind of awkward to sit there on the ground for a minute locked in before the catch car gets all the way back down. But, you know, it's not as bad. Not as bad as it could be. It's hard to argue with safety improvements, although a lot of safety improvements are just marginal because you can have theoretically an infinite number of redundancies, and it's like, at what point do you draw the line? But yeah, it's fun. It's about the same drop tower it was before, just with those minor changes. So here's drop line's brand new ride information board with the new safety instructions, including a weight limit of 287 pounds. So there's another minor change. It did not have a weight limit listed before. And of course, you have a new colored wristband for that 55 inches because before, Wild Eagle with its 50-inch height requirement was the highest, tallest height requirement. And this is taller, so we get a new color wristband for 55 inches. There you go. That's about all that's changed on the safety board from what I can see. Well, also, this might have nothing to do with the accident or the changes they made after the accident, but drop lane, at least today, was running with assigned seating. Before, they would let you choose your seats every time I had ridden, and they don't let you do that anymore. They tell you where to sit. I don't know if that's just, different things change. Especially, I've noticed here at Dollywood, they're always experimenting with different ways to kind of handle the line, so that might be something they're experimenting with, or something they only do with certain crowd levels or on certain days. I'll see in my next few visits this fall if that is a permanent thing, the assigned seating, or if I just got unlucky today. I do prefer to sit on the side that faces the Smoky Mountains rather than the side that faces the parking lots. So I like to have that choice. But it's like I don't get that choice anymore. Anyways, that's strapline. So here's a full advertisement for Big Bear Mountain. Doesn't have the opening here though, but there are the trains. There's some of the theming. Very cool. This poster here by the path up to Timber Canyon always kind of shows what's coming next to the park. So I presume it'll just show this for the rest of the year. Who knows though? This guy's just having a good time. These kids having a good time. And then these girls are just like, why am I here? This year is just flying by. I can't believe it's already Christmas time. I mean, it's only August. It's already Christmas time. freaking crazy. I like to keep park maps for my collection. They're rocking with the train this fall. They got that on the app loading screen as well. New logo for Market Square Big Skillet. Very useless observation, but I made it anyway. I miss entering the grist mill from the top level here, but based on this new fence they've constructed, doesn't look like we're ever going in this way ever again. Kind of sad. So you may ask what's going on with the old Mountain Sidewinder plot. The answer is nothing. Look at all those weeds growing in there now. It was just a gravel trough a few months ago. Yeah, I always like to check just to be sure ever since they just randomly tore it out last year. However, I predict this will remain untouched for a while because most of their construction efforts are going to be focused over on Big Bear Mountain. But who knows? I'm going to keep checking because you never know when they're going to start construction on something on this plot. I feel like they're planning something since they tore out Sidewinder after letting it sit there for years. Barnstormer also totally slaps. Probably one of my favorites, if not my favorite flat rides of all time. Really want to get on more Screaming Swings. Great stuff. Why does this even exist? Like, why is this a thing I can walk through in the most beautiful park in the world? At least it's not as bad as it was earlier this year. It's still pretty bad though. Look at this. The train leaves in 30 minutes. Already looks like this. We'll see if I get a seat. I'd love to see the construction from the train, but not looking good. Alright, so I got here 30 minutes before departure like you're supposed to do. Was standing up there with lots of other people. And unfortunately, not going to get to ride now because, well, I'm not exactly sure. Basically, I just have everyone piled in the depot, and it's like a mosh pit to run and shove to your seats. So it's basically whoever is the most mean and aggressive to other people gets a seat on the train, and the nice people, like me, don't get a seat because they don't feel like shoving through everybody else and yelling, "Get out of my way!" So that sucks. So there were at least 20 of us. Probably, no, it's gotta be more than 20. There was a lot of us that then, after we had been standing in the depot for 20 minutes waiting to board, then got kicked out because there wasn't enough seats. And look at the line that we would have to get back at the end of for the next train. So basically, that's all bullshit. I mean, I love Dollywood. It's my home park. I come here almost every weekend when I'm at school over here. It is my favorite park ever. They're doing so many things right compared to most other theme parks, but it doesn't mean that I'm not going to call them out when their policies and stuff are absolute garbage, and how they're handling the Dollywood Express is absolute garbage. So I'm going to call them out for it. That's probably why I won't ever get invited to any press events, because they don't want people that will call them out for garbage. They want people that will just smile and say everything's great. Everything is not great with this, because they were probably closer to 30 of us that didn't get to ride just because we weren't the mean ones that shoved past everyone else, which is just really bad for the guest experience to be encouraging that kind of behavior. And yeah, look at that line that we basically were told we just have to get at the end of and wait for the next train, which wouldn't be for another 45 minutes anyway. Yeah, the more I talk about this, the more stupid it sounds. I have no reason to want to come back and even try to ride the Dollywood Express again unless it's an absolute dead day, which is the best day to ride it anyway because you can get a whole row to yourself and everything. But I just wanted to see the coaster construction, and this is the OG ride of the park. This started it all here at Dollywood. So yeah, I don't really know what the solution is off the top of my head. I could definitely come up with something if I thought for a while. Right now I'm just annoyed. Yeah, again, after standing there for 30 minutes, I don't get a seat. So I guess I'm gonna go do something else now, not ride the train. I mean, I'll probably submit something to Dollywood guest service or something like that, mentioning that experience and that it wasn't good. But my experience with Dollywood's team that handles that stuff is that they never respond to you if you have an issue, which sucks for a park that seems to be focused so much on hospitality. If you email them or anything with an issue, which I've done several times in the past, they never get back to you. It never gets resolved. So I'll do it anyway. But it doesn't mean it'll go anywhere. Yeah, Dollywood's got to know that that is not an okay way to handle the Dollywood Express situation. And I don't really know what else to say. It's just not the way to go about it. It sucks for everyone involved. I should rephrase. It sucks for everyone except for the mean people that shove past everyone. It's good for them somehow. Had to go get some good vibes after that train experience, and yeah, the vibes be good. So many areas of this park are just so beautiful. It's awesome. I do genuinely really enjoy how a lot of their music-based shows are outside like that, in outdoor theaters where it contributes to the ambiance of the area, and you can join and leave whenever you want to. I like that setup. It works well for those kinds of performances. Time to once again experience the singularity of the single rider line because I ain't waiting 30 minutes. Lightning Rod is kicking butt this afternoon. It's running much faster than it was this morning, but I guess it also had an entire day, and it's like 85 degrees right now, so really warmed up, really hot, running really fast. Great ride. It's definitely getting a little bumpy in some spots. Even on the iBox sections, there's some bumpiness, I guess just because of how aggressively it takes so many of those transitions, but yeah, great ride. And look who it is. A bunch of duckies. The unofficial greeter of Dollywood, the mallard duck. I think those are all mallards. Probably female mallards because females don't have the green heads. But I don't know. If anyone's a duck person, let me know how wrong I am and how these are not mallards. Usually you see male mallards all over the park. I haven't seen any today. I don't know where they are. But yeah, it's a little past 5. Park closes at 6 today, so pretty early. I guess because it's a Wednesday. I don't know. We'll see what I want to do till closing. So the Aunt Granny's menu board has been fixed from where it was all flickery and gross earlier. And it shows delicious looking foods now. Delicious. Additionally, this one's not staffed, but I got a bunch of these park info booths set up around the park. There's one here, there's one up by Mystery Mine. Saw another one somewhere else. So that's kind of cool. All right, I'm gonna go get dinner now because it is 5 o'clock and I don't really want to cook when I get home, although I'm not hungry. So let's get a salad or something. I keep getting a feel for Iron Horse Pizza. They have an apple cranberry walnut salad I'm gonna try. So here are the electronic menu boards they got up in here, showing the pricing and everything and trying to convince you to drink Coca-Cola. So they actually had both apple walnut and Caesar salad, chicken Caesar, and they were actually out of apple walnut. So I got chicken Caesar. Caesar salads are usually my favorites anyway. I should know they had them because it wasn't on the board outside. I guess the boards outside just show the stuff that they think is going to sell the best because there's always extra side items and stuff inside that aren't listed outside. So we get the chicken and I guess that's Parmesan or something. I don't know. Yeah, it's Parmesan. Chicken and cheese on there. We get a little bag of croutons that are not expired. Cool. Then we got that Caesar dressing, aka the main source of calories and obesity. So let's pour that all over there. Oh, that's thick. It is thick Caesar dressing. If I've ever seen thick Caesar dressing before. I like the dressing and it's good. All right. I mean, it's kind of hard to mess up with Caesar, but it's good. The cold chicken's cold chicken. The last place I had a theme park salad was at Kings Island in 2017, and it was like fermented, like it was just rotten gross, and they refused to replace it, and it was disgusting. And that scared me out of theme park salads for a while. But this is good. This is fresh for the most part. It tastes like I expect salad to taste, you know, fresh and like not fermented. Luckily, I had a much better Kings Island food experience this year. but that's still probably the worst food experience I've ever had. I don't know if I'll ever order a salad at Kings Island ever again. Hey, look, we got some photography going on here. I don't know if this is for advertising or like job postings or what, but yeah, look at people. Iron Horse Pizza. Selling pizzas. Alright, here's the plan. Oh yeah, the Caesar salad was good. Moving on. Here's the plan. I want to try to get a front row ride on Wild Eagle. It's about 5:26. Park closes at 6. Front row ride on Wild Eagle. And all the way back to the front of the park to get, hopefully, a last ride of the night on Lightning Rod. Although, it'll be more like last ride of the afternoon because it doesn't get dark till 8 o'clock. It doesn't hit quite the same, but I'm going to do it anyway. Actually, maybe I don't care about specifically last ride of the night since, again, it's not dark. So it's not the same as a last ride of the night, but I want to ride it again, so we'll see if I even make it. Oh, it feels nice in the shade. So supposedly it's about a 5-minute wait. So, or a blank minute wait. It's undefined. So, it should be a little longer if I wait for front row. Should get out of here like 5:45 maybe. And walk very fast. No running, but walk very fast toward the front of the park. And they should not close the doors for Lightning Rod until exactly 6 o'clock, exactly closing time. As long as you are in the doors by then, you should get to ride. So this plan should be foolproof. We'll see if it is.
And now even like she's like that.
Alright, your celebrities are swinging nothing. Come on up, for this monkeys, make some noise. Alright, welcome back on the back. Once your train stops, undo your seatbelt. Next to the gate, now section, you will rest your evening here at Wildwood.
Wild Eagle good. Actually got on really fast. It's running really fast. I guess with just how hot it is today and it's time to heat up near the end of the day here and it's still hot, so running like a charm. See, I like Wild Eagle when it's either running really fast, so it's intense, or really slow, so you get a lot of hang time. I don't like it as much in the middle. So this is good. But yeah, you flew over the airtime hill and actually got airtime. The helixes didn't really pull forces, but they were fast and fun, at least. Unlike Fury's Helix, which is not fun, which I'm gonna ride tomorrow. So yeah, I do not get why that ride has the nickname Mild Eagle. I don't find it mild at all. I mean, it's not my favorite in the park, obviously, but it pulls a decent amount of forces, even when it's running slow. So I don't get the Mild Eagle talk. It's not mild. Look, it's the ducks. The ducks. The ducks. Yeah, the ducks are usually all over the paths here. They haven't really been today. That's the first time I've seen any on the paths. They're cute. Alright, 10 minutes to park close. I'm just gonna go for it because I don't really care about specifically getting last ride of the night when it's not nighttime. It's not quite the same. So I just want to get a ride here before they close. Certifiably best RMC I've ridden. Kicks her butt every time. And I actually did get last ride of the night. Completely unintentionally. It just happened that way. However, is it really last ride of the night if the sun is still shining? It hasn't even started setting yet. I don't know, I'll let y'all decide. I'm not going to use the tram, I'm going to walk. I'm feeling adventurous, kind of, sort of. Also, the traffic's starting to back up, so I'll walk, give it time for it to clear a little bit, you know, that kind of stuff. Made it to tram stop AB, just like the while more to go. You cannot catch an outbound tram at any tram stop other than the depot all the way back at the front. So I'm kind of committed here now. So looks like I'm not the only ones with this stupid idea, though. I will say, the parking lot redo that they did this year, reorganization, it's really fantastic how they've done it, just because it never, even on super crowded days, traffic never backs up to get out of here, which is not a compliment I can give to most other parks. Last time I was at Carowinds, I sat in the parking lot for an hour just to get out. That never really happens here. They did a really good job with the way the parking lot's organized. What we really need to do is create good alternatives to driving to get to parks so that we don't need parking lots this big. Saw a whole r/rollercoasters post about that the other day, and I totally agree. The thing is, that's dependent on the country and local transit infrastructure, which is not something that a park like Dollywood directly controls. The parking lot is what they directly control, and they've done a good job with that. Realistically, going to be a long time before we see the kind of sweeping change across the country that we need to see to fix this massive parking lot problem. But hopefully it's coming sooner rather than later. Tram stop C for cotton candy. And here's that new thing I was talking about, but I didn't really get to mention earlier. They have these new things on the red lines. You can come line up to take your seats right when the tram arrives, which kind of speeds up the loading process. Bad little cotton candies here. Although sadly, they don't have the old signs up that say cotton candy. The good thing is the tram operators still call them the lots by their proper names, even though they're not officially labeled that anymore. But I guess it's only a matter of time before all those tram drivers get old and retire, and then nobody remembers that this is supposed to be cotton candy. Losing a bit of Dollywood charm here. Come on. This isn't that hard. Just write cotton candy on there. Look, just cotton candy. Water is a very good substance. Unfortunately, I'm out of it. No traffic backup yet. It's very impressive. Very, very impressive. It just kind of set in that I'm going to be walking all over an amusement park again tomorrow. So this is a terrible idea. My legs are going to be sore. So I know earlier this summer, Chris from Airtime Thrills on YouTube walked here from the Pigeon Forge Strip, which first of all, that's like 4 miles, so that's impressive. Second of all, I'm trying to figure out how he did that, because the sidewalk just kind of ends up there. There's no pedestrian entrance. I guess he just walked through the grass. I feel like they should add a pedestrian entrance somewhere to the park, especially since, you know, they're probably going to be building out a lot more stuff along this road. Pigeon Forge is going to be on top of the park before we know it. It's not going to be out by itself anymore. So it would make sense to have a walkway. But they probably won't do it because that would take away from their parking revenue. Precious parking revenue. And here's tram stop D up here, which means I'm almost to my car, which is cool because I want to drive home. Still no traffic backup, it looks like. I applaud the brilliant Dollywood parking lot engineers that figured out that black magic. Anyways, I'm gonna drive, and I can't record while I drive. I mean, I probably physically could, but it's illegal and probably not a good idea anyway. So I'll just talk to you when I get home. I was gonna just grab some gas to make sure I was all good to go for tomorrow morning, but I kind of just stole my card because these chip things clamp and lock. Yeah, just stole the card. It's not doing anything. Guess I gotta go inside now. Alright, that was dumb. Never had that happen before. Went inside and got it fixed though. I guess I'm going to a different gas station now. This was actually cheaper, $3.79 instead of like $3.99, so yeehaw. Alright, I'm back in the parking ground under my apartment after 2 tries to get gas. Was successful in the second one, so I'm all ready for Carowinds tomorrow. Should be a blast. There's a lot of fingerprints on that window, I just noticed. Anyways, had a blast back at Dollywood today. Such a great park to have as a home park, and I'm excited to make many more visits there throughout this semester and continue following closely the progress of the construction of Big Bear Mountain and hopefully some other projects throughout the park. Just when people are leaving that parking lot, they drive like way too fast. People are going like 40 out the exit. I know it's like a protected exit lanes separate from the park, but you still don't need to go like 40. People just in general drive way too fast, and it's like statistically not safe based on, you know, laws of physics. The kinetic energy increases exponentially with velocity, so you know, the likelihood of you causing damage to yourself and others in a crash, you know, increases exponentially. So people in general just drive too fast these days. You don't need to drive that fast. I know people are like, oh, it's fun, you're a wimp if you don't drive fast. No, don't let anyone pressure you into driving fast. You drive a good speed. And if you need to try this, don't worry so much about the destination and just enjoy the drive, you know? Anyways, gotta go take care of some stuff tonight. Probably work on some more videos, hopefully very soon, or work on the videos I've already recorded very soon, and get plenty of rest tonight for my Carowinds adventure tomorrow, which should be a blast. I'm really excited about that, hoping it'll be a redemption round from my not fantastic visit last year. We're going on a Thursday in August compared to a Saturday in October, so hopefully it's much better, much less crowded, and I can actually enjoy myself. But for now, goodbye, friends.